Historian and genealogist Jackie Whitmore came to Dutch Fork last Friday to speak with Miss Payne's 7B sociology class. He spoke about historical events in Fort Mont and his own family history.
He talked about the plantations that they were on. He talked about basically the slave owners that was over his family, how he met them, he got introduced to them, and basically to sum it up, he just really talked about what he has gained from it and how it's helped him to become who he is today and helping him with his everyday life.
I thought that he had just a whole wealth of knowledge to share. My sociology students right now are studying changes in societies, and I thought that the topic of blending genealogy and the importance of hallmarking history in preserving those relationships was so important to share with them.
My personal experience with genealogy has been very unique in that I had the opportunity to do the genealogy for my mom's family and my father's family. I always tell people, when you do genealogy on your own, it's your parents and then it's your grandparents. And you have two grandparents, and each one of those grandparents have parents, and those parents have parents. So it's been very interesting to go back in time to take a look at, you learn about where your people lived, if they went to college, who were ministers, who were educators, who were midwives.
Jackie and Ms. Payne share the same belief that retrieving cultural, historical, and social artifacts are important to remember personal history.
I believe it's important because they tell a story. I think that, of course, reading things are interesting, but it's also more interesting if you can enhance that experience by holding something. And plus, those are social artifacts. So what it really does is it describes what life is like every day. I just think that it makes it a much more enriching and holistic experience.
I think it's very important because what happens is at the point in time, those things won't be around. And so we learn from those things to get the opportunity of how things happened in the past, how people lived in the past. And I think it's very important to go back, take a look at those things, have those things in hand.
While Ms. Payne and students are appreciative of Mr. Whitmore's visit, Jackie hopes that the students will rediscover their own family history.
I hope that my presentation today will allow the students the opportunity to think about their own families and their own family history and their own stories. Give them an opportunity to think about where it is that they came from. I think when you start taking a look at your own history and your own dynamics, good, bad, or ugly, whatever it is, I think it makes you think about other people. It shines some light and perspective on how you value people, how you appreciate other people.
I've always had an interest in my roots because me particular, I know that I have some traits from my ancestors. So yeah, I've always wanted to, and that just made me want to do it even more.
This has been Allie Sessions with your Silver Screen Report.